Good morning, laddies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Zuko was Rube or Rob or Rube. I always say it Ruby. Let's go check out what his name is. Hi,
Rob Lucci from One Piece.
Rob Lucci. So, yeah. And no, he won't have like exact same personality as him, but the team, yeah. So the yeah, not like thing. And I'm also adding zooming into this what if. So yeah, I'll go back to like back and forth between this one and this one. So yeah. So now we got on. Now let's first of all let's give Zuko or Robin no
Rob Lucci from One Piece.
Rob Lucci Zuko Rob Lucci yeah. So well, I know I am sounding terrible, but it's just my voice. I know I'm not sick with anything. So sorry. So yeah. Let's just begin. So, I'll explain what his powers are until. So, he has Infinity and Zero, the. Or Zuku Lucci, I think. Yeah. So, yeah. So,
Izuku Lucci.
but he still be called Midoriya, so Luke, or Zuku Midoriya, but yeah. So, let's begin. With Zuko being born. I'll just use that picture. So, Zuko and Jimmy were born, and then at age of 2, he has the knowledge of the future, like he can use his head, and he like he drew out like future, like a whole future, not just pieces of it. And so at age of 3, but before, at age of 2, he drew Bakugo and his gang thing before that he even met them. So then at age of 3, he then he meets them, and yeah, and then he also or Bakugo finds this cool that he can predict the future of endless possibilities. And at age of 4, or actually, till last night, before her, he drew out a picture of the Quark Doctor, saying he's quirkless. So then Zuko, who kept that picture. So then at age of 4, Zumi and Zuko went to the Quark Doctor, and his predictions was 100% right. He tells Zumi, or actually the Quark Doctor tells Zumi that she has quirk and she can become a hero, and turns around, he tells Zuko, I almost said Luffy, Zuko ends up, or actually, Quark Doctor tells Zuko that he's quirkless and he can't become a hero. As is normally that's unaffected by, or as he taps on his head, as so they're like, okay, is your heart okay? As he says, yeah. I keep getting these seeing into the future things. That's probably my talent. As a Quark Doctor says, what do you mean? As Zuko pulls out a paper from his pocket and gave it to the Quark Doctor. And when he opened it, it said the same thing to Zuko. Every word. As they're like, you were 3 years old when you, as Inko says, but how? How is that possible? And so, yeah, basically, Zuko, who was he's only the beginning. Like, so, and how is this, as a Quark Doctor is speechless, like, how did you, predicted from age of 3? It always, as he, so then after the quirk doctors, they completely abandoned him. Like, aka, they abandoned him from, or, like, they don't even take him out to, out to public lobbies. So, the, but he got stronger. Unger. He goes to a normal school. Oh. He got smarter before. He made some new magic tricks. As one of the people came over, looking over his shoulder, as it was a picture of her looking over his shoulder again. As they're like, it really did as, yeah. So, every, year, or, Christmas year for him, they always get him the pens and paper. So he also joins the gym. He looked like he looks like him, but with way more body mass thing, like this. Into strong as a, so he trains his body, honey, and draws out. So, but everyone says that's a good talent. So, I'm just, like what I said earlier, I said that I don't actually have a or I'm not gonna give Zuko the same personality as him, but just enough to keep a balance between his drawing and mumbling side, with his cruelty side, of Robin or Reuben, or I don't know how you pronounce his name. And so basically, now, of course, a time skip to 15, or he goes to a normal school, and his sister goes to UA. As the only person that is talks to him is his sister. Of course, he gave her the the 3 drawings as he shows her. And Zumi says, "What are these 3 drawings?" As Zuko, who says, "Well, if my memory serves me, the this one is at USJ. It takes place in and like your class will get ambushed by them. And then the second one, the internship thing, you battle against Hero Killer Stain with Tenya Ida and like with Tenya Ida and the Todoroki. And then a third is All Might versus All for One. And in that one, they will probably capture Hasuke Bakugo, and Todoroki, or Todoroki. And yeah. So as his sister looks over at him, you must be psycho thing. No. But do good, okay? So then Zuko goes to normal school. So then I'm skipping the internship thing and the ball throw. Heroes versus villains. Then now on to USJ. So he's like, or she looks at the picture of the USJ name. As she flips the back, or actually, when Homegirl says, hey, what are you looking at? As she shows it. Whoa, is that the insides of USJ? Or is that a real place? As Mr. Aizawa looks over and sees that, yeah, how did you get that? My brother made it for me, or drew it out. As Zumi didn't notice that there was some writing on the back. It said that it was what's gonna go down. As she like basically was like, wait, so says as her face was shocked when she saw her brother's handwriting in as she read it, and all the details of like he knows that they took a bus to USJ. They meet 13. They go in and they or you guys is like will get ambushed by the villains, and their leader was Shiraki-sen in the attack. And yeah. So then all for so raise her heads like, man, your brother is such a psycho. Not psycho. He's a foresight guy. He basically can predict the future. This is what he predicted. Yeah. Because for in the anime, did you ever notice that he always like finds the weirdest ways he's to like be at certain places? And basically I gave Zuko the, I forget that hockey, the observation hockey, or like see into the future. Here. So yeah. So then the Eraserhead says, man. So then when they got to there, they properly introduced themselves. And, or like 13. As they're like, man. As they go in, and then as Eraserhead tells Zumi that, I think your brother is kind of has 100% accuracy. As the villains are confused of what they mean. Yeah. He drew, or when he was drawing at 2 years old, he drew out him meeting Bakugo. As Bakugo didn't realize that. So then yeah. So this, yeah. So then All Might, it could not believe yeah. So now it's time for All My Hint. So I did a time skip thing because yeah, all like after the USJ thing, and then the so as Mr. Aizawa says, may I see those three? Sure. As she perfectly places them. We already went through this one. The middle one was in the internship thing. And as or when Mr. Aizawa picks the middle one, and read it, as he could not believe that the kid was like predicting what will happen, because it said that Zumi will get Gran Torino, and and she will basically gets attacked by the Nomu. That, yeah. So then, yeah. After that, so basically I skipped the sports festival, the internship, because I already read what will happen. And then, of course, Mr. Aizawa picked up a third, and it was All Might and All for One. All Might was down, bleeding, but not out. And yeah. Yeah. So then, yeah. So basically, Zuko drew out so many small ones too. So I'm skipping the camp arc and going right to All Might versus All for One. So yeah. So then the Zuko, so then All Might was down, bleeding, like the predicting it was, as All for One's like, you're gonna die. And in this alternate timeline, All for One and had cannons. Like, instead of like the when he had, and he actually had cannons fired at him. I could not find the stupid, and like basically I could not find like the part where a bunch of pirates just shot cannons at this guy. So yeah, but I did find this one. So yeah, All for One had cannons. Like, he used a cannon quirk to turn his tips of his fingers into cannons. So he said, 10 cannons, fire, boom. As All for One was surely gonna die right then and there. Like the but then out of nowhere, here comes Luffy down Luffy Lane. As Zuko shows up, he was mad. Yeah. So then the cannons didn't even faze him. As he looks at through the flames. Yeah, so cannons. Yeah. So then Zuko tells Luke, or no, actually Zuko looks over at him him as, yeah, without a shirt on. And he was mad. As they were wondering, how did this kid show up out of nowhere? And so, yeah. I wasn't talking about like scrawny version. He was jacked all the way. As he says, you must be all for one. And they guess it's my turn to face you. As all for one says, you're quirkless. But how did you survive? As he stopped right in the middle of his sentence. As Luffy grabs all for one by the mask, lifts him up, and he did the same thing. And what he did with one of the pirates. But yeah. But 100 times more. And 100 times more accurate. As All for One's entire quirks that was stored inside All for One's body was obliterated. All of it. As he says, as he lets him go. Let me show you my vicious attack I've been working on. As he uses his flame, shot thing, and on All for One, as All for One was screaming, ah! As, yeah. It was burning him quickly and painfully. Yeah. Zuko was no longer human, as his sister realized that he wasn't even human to begin with. Yeah. If I ever had to redraw what his face looks like, or where his eye is, it would have been yeah. So can't believe that this quirkless kid beats a quirked person to death. As he had a toolbox with him, as he picks the debris off, and he redesigns the building so fast that even they're yeah. So then, yeah, Zuko he went home as yeah. So then everyone's or his threatening aura. Imagine this as his threatening aura. Yeah. So imagine this is his threatening aura. Around his entire body. Everyone was scared of him. The entire world could sense his power. Some of them have, or some of them peed their pants ends, or like most of them do. They see his aggressive side. Yeah. So then, let's say the Christmas time. Like one day it was Christmas. Like I'm trying to remember. Zuko, who ends up got everyone Christmas presents, and yeah, everybody could not believe that how, yeah. So he basically started ones, yeah. He bought everybody else's, but he basically, and like, yeah. He always trains his body. He goes to the gym and then yeah. Yeah, so then he gets more and more. And so he picks up a building and uses it as a workout thing. As he trains so hard that even like, yeah. Yeah, so he trains so hard. Or that even like, so he goes to a school as, yeah. He also gets paid by the government by that for absolutely doing nothing, and or actually scratch that, about them not doing anything, him going around, and they only see his aggressive side but not his kind side. So yeah, so then the yeah, no one even came near him until the overhaul art thing. So, all for one, or no, overhaul was basically transformed into a monster, and it was about to kill Zumi, but then out of nowhere, there's this big fire thing as it landed right or hits All for One right in the chest, burning him. As yeah, he did that with 3 times. Aims more than the average human. And Overhaul was broke up back into the 5. So yeah, he broke up back into 5. Uh, and so I meant to say, and Luffy, or no, not Luffy. Overhaul looks up and he sees, it feels like he's looking in at the devil as Ares runs over and stops the Overhaul, or stops Zuko from killing the as Luffy walks over, but Ares thought she was gonna get killed by. But then when she turned back around, or let's say she turned her head to, as she thought she was gonna get killed by Zuko, but when she turns around, she sees a lollipop right in front of her from Zuko. As he goes up, not throws up, goes up, he grabs Overhaul and tells him that I wasn't actually gonna kill ya. Well, just turning you over. Okay? So, yeah. As most people near him, like, got close to him, would have probably fallen over. Some of them did fall over, and it's like the hockey. So, yeah. Zuko, whom turns the villains. Okay? So then, yeah. So then, he even got, or let's go back to Christmas. He got everyone a gift that they always wanted. And yeah, Zuko was more to him than meets the eye. So he even got Toga a toy that she always wanted when she was just a child. As when she opened it, mm, um, she could not believe it. Like her heart earned, pumped faster as she could not, as she starts tearing up. Um, and she like hugs it and yeah. So yeah. So then the Zuko was basically he did some good in the world. Yeah. So then everybody didn't realize it was Zuko that gave them the present things. So he starts like as everybody's like is so happy as yeah. Because I needed to add some Christmas stuff into this what if. So yeah. And happy December, or should I say happy Christmas, whoever. If you're watching this on like any other holiday or and happy to you all. So yes. So now Zuko. So now we'll get back into the story. So Zuko or no one knew that how powerful he really is. His so you know, basically he the they were like he he hangs out and he does everything and yeah so the so his sister Zumi was as everybody's like asking her her bunch of questions and like how was your brother before like he became like like a fortune teller. Azumi says, well, or before, or actually, some said before he became like a this demon monster of all monsters. Azumi says, I really don't know. He's always been the fortune teller that he could predict the future from drawing it out. So yeah, that was when as Luffy says, or no, when Zumi says when he was 2 years old, he drew him, meaning Bakugo, and it came true. At age of 3, he drew out the him at the Quark doctor's office with me and then it came true. It, all these were 100% right. As they could not believe it. Some of them have, like, hurting their heads, and a lot. So, yeah. Some understand that Zuko might be the only one that could predict the future. So then yeah. Plus, Zuko also wasn't just a fortune teller. He has this power of, like, of course, you already know about infinity and zero, but the metaverse. He learned it all. Like, all the way to the nothing. And you guys don't know what nothing is in this what if. I was going to say all the way to the tiniest molecules in the air. But what's lower than that is basically nothing. In zone. I'm adding the nothing zone. It basically, he could read every personality, everything. So, yeah. So then so Zuko, yeah. So everybody's like, okay, your brother is the most powerfulest person. Yeah. So then the whole shenanigans, bada bing, bada boom. Yeah. And then let's say Momo, ends up falling in love with Zuko because yeah. Because I know that this guy, he had CP9 in, or was in CP9 with a girl, and I was like, you know what? Let's make Momo. I was gonna choose the going with her, but she kind of reminds me of that guy from. I was gonna say guy from Fortnite, but yeah. So because there's a guy in One Piece where he had a brick nose compared to Usopp's round nose. Yeah. So Luffy ends up um or not Luffy, the yeah. So Momo decides to go on a date with him and got married and had 3 kids. And she says he's not that bad of yeah. So then like his kids having I mean, the, yeah, same powers as him. So, and plus his powers of infinity and zero fused with Momo's creation quirk to create a creative, or no, creation of the universe thing, and that's more powerful than their mothers. Yeah. So, yeah, please leave a like, share, subscribe. Peace out, y'all.